It's an ice. It's actually supposed to be good, but the thing is, it's only got 8 gigabytes of RAM and this piece of shit hard drive in it.
So like, do you think big brands should come back to Second Life, like car
Are we doing a
manufacturers?
video?
Yeah, I
We're
mean,
doing a video right now. Oh god
I'm just
damn
no,
it!
it's okay. I'm just gonna recording. Like, we can cut and stuff because this is not live
All
stream.
right. Okay. Um. Repeat the question.
Like, for example, these days, uh, you can make things that more closely resemble the physical world products, right? Because the item quality and features can be much better these days. So because of that, from the perspective of companies that make things or products, do you think they should come back to Second Life?
That's a good question.
Uh-huh.
The situation regarding brands in Second Life has always been one that's been up in the air about their effectiveness. If I recall right, Hello Kitty was branded in SL at one point, or someone got the license to use Hello Kitty from Sanrio
Mm-hmm.
years ago. Sorry, I had the stupid mouse. There was
But like for
the
example,
Hello Kitty licensing.
uh,
The God.
like car manufacturers, like you buy a lot of cars, right?
Oh, definitely. I'm
And
quite
they
the car enthusiast. I own quite a few, mainly from GEMC, NTB, or GEMC, NTBI, and like all the brands under NTBI. Also, was that your question again?
it's like if you can buy like a car with GEMC quality for $1, are you still gonna spend $10 on other things, or are you just gonna spend $1? Because I think one
I, I
one
mean,
one of the
I
concerns
mean, the
about
question
uh,
is the dollar. What are we talking about in terms of currency? Are we talking about a Linden dollar or U.S. dollar?
US dollars.
I mean, $1. I mean, that'd be pretty dirt cheap, but I mean, if a brand is backing it, like a major car manufacturer like Ford or Chevy or Nissan or Mitsubishi was backing it, then yes, they would most definitely be. I mean, I'd be all up for it. But on the second part of your question, you were saying,
But like one of the concerns I think about big brands coming back to Second Life is that they will sell their products for a very cheap price because they can just use Second Life as a like marketing platform, and that's gonna like devaluate other things that are already existing in the marketplace, right?
yeah, that could also potentially be a problem.
Uh,
Personally, if we were to welcome larger companies, if SL were to become home to more larger companies being active and selling their products in Second Life, then
uh,
then the Linden Lab would have to my chagrin, have to abandon its concepts of being a minarchist government in Second Life, and would have to put down some more stern regulations on
price and
how
stuff.
consumers can purchase products, or how much a product goes for, rather. Um, I would say yes. We would have to do something about regulating businesses. Say, like, if Toyota were to start selling their cars in Second Life, and it would be competitive at a lot, selling them
Mm-hmm.
extremely competitively compared to, say, GMC's offerings. These companies can afford to take a hit. They can afford loss.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, companies like NTBI cannot. They couldn't realistically compete with, say, charging $1 for, like, for example, their new Cybertruck replica, the EV. What was it? EV something or other. I can't recall the exact
I think
model name
it
of
was
it.
like EVT or something. EVT.
EVT, or yeah, EVT. Or we take. Oh, let's go with that EVT. Say Tesla were to make their own Cybertruck, and it were to be on par, if not superior, to NTBI's Volta EVT.
Mm-hmm.
Um, The problem with that is that, as I said, not only is Volt, no, technically Volta would have a hard time trying to sell the product on the grounds that Tesla have a lower price on their product.
Mm-hmm.
The reality is that Linden Lab is going to have to set a base ground rule on how much you can charge on a product, or how little you can charge for a
Uh,
product.
like, do you think if these big brands come back to Second Life, do you think the regulation should just apply to them or to all the creators?
It would have to be global. I mean, obviously, I mean, it would be wrong to not do the same for like conventional creators. I mean, obviously, you can like offer sales in the sort, and I mean, but at the same time, these things could just be reported by the public, and they could be handled accordingly that way. I mean, we already have abuse reports,
Yeah,
but
but
the thing
that's
is
gonna be like a
that
lot of extra works and stuff.
yeah, yes. But the thing is that the only way that could be averted is somehow the residents of Second Life were to have this vox populi mentality that no, we're not going to support Tesla or Toyota or any of these guys. We're going to support our homegrown brands. We're going to support our homegrown products because we'd rather do that and help stimulate the SL economy than put money into pockets that where it's not going to go back into SL.
I think a lot of people are not like that. I think they're just gonna buy the cheapest
Yeah,
things at the
that's what
high
I'm
school.
saying because it's like I was about ready to say
Yeah,
that's a has a snowball's chance in hell of happening. Um, in reality, I don't see any of that happening. Like brands coming into SL at all, because as I've said before, and I'll say again, the time that SL had in the spotlight back in the like the mid late 2000s, early 2010s has come to an end,
uh,
and we're nearing what is more or less a renaissance where SL is growing again,
mm-hmm,
but it's kind of a growth that's gone unnoticed, and people are not really seem to be too concerned
mm-hmm.
because at the end of the day, I mean, brands have more important markets they could advertise in or flesh out to,
Mm-hmm.
and they rather pursue that than waste time investing in the Second Life where it could potentially not really bring any outcome at all.
But do you think if Second Life got a lot bigger, do you think it's gonna be more appealing to them to kind of come back to Second Life?
Um, I don't see it happening. Like, it does not seem realistic to me to see that happen.
I see.